Homelessness is something that has affected me personally, and I think that personal experience led me to want to make a difference. We lived in a camper for 6 months, so I think knowing as a child some of the things that I felt were good that my parents did, that helped me through that, and some of the things that I see that maybe weren't so good and maybe could be different. I use those experiences to work with our families.
I actually had to stay in the temporary room. It was a small room they had. It was the only thing they had available, and it's usually used for just a 10-day stay. And she kept apologizing. Elaine kept saying, "I'm so sorry, it's so small, I'm so sorry." I was so grateful. I mean, it was the first time I've had a room or space to myself in so long. And every night when I go to bed, I literally would look at the walls and think, this is one night that I'm here is a night that someone else could be in here, and I have to make the most of this day.
We've been around for 1.5 years now, and I like to use the analogy of we are out of our infancy stage, and we're now taking some big strides in making our programs more solid.
I think that opening New Hope was one way of trying something different, trying to tackle the issue in a different way, as opposed to having, mom and kids go somewhere and dad go somewhere else. Said, hey, what about keeping families together during this? Let's see if that works. And so far, I mean, it has worked pretty well. We had about 2/3 of our families are successful in entering stable housing after they leave here.
We try to keep the family together. That is what we're about, and help them through a crisis together as a team.
New Hope's mission encompasses 2 things, which is temporary shelter, but also case management. And so Elaine is at the head of doing our case management here. And she works with the families to help them get assistance programs, and also to make certain steps along the way of their time here that will help them to eventually transition into stable housing.
You meet with Elaine at least once a week, and we see her throughout the day, and she's always encouraging me to make small goals, reach those small goals to get to my bigger goal. She's always encouraging me to have self-worth. I think that has been really, really big for me, to just realize that it's in my control. I have this, I can do this.
I've heard from a number of residents that they have learned various life skills that they take away from this.
If you do, once again become a homeowner or even a renter, you're more likely to stay there and be able to maintain that and not be homeless again. And I think it's so vital to give you the skills and to help you be productive, to help you be a part of the community.
When someone comes to us, what we're trying to work on isn't so much the initial problem that they don't have a house to live in. It's all of those extra factors that came with it.
There's more of a strict program here, and you can see some families come in and realize that they're not ready to make the change and work to make some of those differences, and then other families come in and really meet with our director and work towards their goals of finding stable housing, getting a job, and getting to know the community better, and also using the community resources.
It's not at all what I expected. I guess I expected just a place to stay and a temporary shelter, and this is more of a program. And I didn't expect that. I think the first couple days I stayed here, I was in my room. I didn't want to come out, I didn't want to be social, I was just shy. And I started coming out of my shell more and more and more, and realizing that the people here, the staff here, were all so cool. They're all so down to earth and eager to help me, and in the time I've been here 2 months now, I have completely come out of my shell, more so than I ever have in my life.
The times when I feel that we've really made a difference are when I look at the families that we've had where a child may be socially delayed or at their age, or they may have language delays or other delays that have been the cause due to the trauma that they've gone through experiencing homelessness. And to watch that child in time make progress and see the language become better and see them feel calm, to visibly notice them changing, I think that is the most wonderful thing for me, being at New Hope, is to watch the children change and to see and have the parents recognize what stability has done for their child.
I have a really bright future to look forward to now, and I cannot wait to run into these people in 3 or 4 years and make them proud. You know, I can't wait to run into them and be like, hey, guess what? Everything's going great. I want them to feel like what they do has made a difference, and I'm going to make sure I do that.